So, today's treated us reasonably well. Unfortunately, my van has decided to pop its head gasket again. So it's sort of something I put on a video actually, sort of this time last year when I was coming down here doing the work on the combine. In fact, when the combine first turned up here, this one, so just under a year ago, I put some steel seal in it, and it lasted all that time through the heat of the summer and everything. It was fine. Then it went again the other day, just before MOT, and then I put some more steel seal in it, which I thought that'd last a while, but it's gone again. I had to put a load more in it, so yeah, it's just one of those things. And I know those vans are a nightmare to do the gaskets on. So yeah, I think it's time to call it on that one. Really, I think I'm just gonna sell it as it is and just admit, it's got overheating problems. There's gaskets blown from one of the pistons from one of the compression chambers into the waterway. I think that's what's happened. If I go gently, it's all right, but it's not great. So unfortunately, I'm just going to have to bite the bullet with that one. I was looking at buying an Alice 5000 today, but it's just a little bit further than I could afford, really, especially with now that's happened. And as much as I'd love to have it, especially for this, so I'm not saying no, but as it is today, I can't do it. I'd like to hope that I can get it for this show, but we'll see. We just, I've got to have a fall of fortune to be able to get it to this show. I'd love to get it to the show, but we'll just see. We'll just see how it goes. But anyway, we've got these two belts, so we're after 3 belts. So I need one. There's a bloke called Trevor Kerfoot and Matthew Hicks, and we've all got Gleaners, and I put the call out there, does anybody want belts, thinking it was going to be easy, we're going to get a load of them, going to get them all sent over from America, where it hasn't been easy, but we've ended up getting these, and we've been promised by an old Gleaner dealership that I saw today that these belts fit. And so this is off sort of Massey 750, 760, 860, that series of combs there. They have 2 together that work in conjunction, pretty much the same as what you get on my Clayson's. The same. It's got 2 belts, and the pulley runs between them up and down to vary out the speed. But obviously on this is just the one. But apparently it's exactly the same belt, size belt, and I'm just going to find out if that is true. And I see one on his machine. So, and even these were hard to get. So I went to pick up. I ordered 3 off him. Only 1 turned up. I went today to pick up the one, thinking, I don't know what I'm going to do about the other 2, but it turned out I had another one in stock. So I'm just going to try it on the machine now to see if it is going to work out, if it is going to fit and do the job, which I'm confident it will, because I was looking at his 5000 there, like a video I put up earlier, and he had one on that, and it was an amazing place, really. The stuff he had there, it just blew me away. At the moment, I can't do anything with it, but I'm interested in it, and I'm going to try and put myself in a situation where I can afford to not only have but house that stuff, because it's, for me as a Gleaner user and operator and somebody who wants to further the Gleaners into the next generation, if I can, then it's good for me to be able to get those things. But the price is just a little bit out of my reach at the minute, which is fair. It's a fair enough price, really, to be honest. I can't complain at it. It is what it is. There's a lot of stuff there, whether I'd ever make the money back, I don't know, but it'd be definitely worth me having it to be able to run. I could run these Gleaners. There's all kinds of stuff there. But so we'd go shopping again there at some point. I mean, but it's looking good. I've been offered an original Gleaner belt as well. So if this is right, the Massey Ferguson 750, 760 combines, 860 combines, the traction belts on them fit all of the British built Gleaners. So we're just about to find that out. So that's another avenue. So there you go. Interesting thing for people to know. Well, Gleaner owners, and I suppose Massey owners as well. Just to show, this is obviously where it's got to go on here. Got to fit that belt on there. I've got to take this guard off. So I've got to get underneath it and take that guard off. I'm going to clean the rust off of there. That's the adjuster there. So this has got to be as far that way as I can get it. This the whole shaft moves. You see there's a little bit of adjustment there. So here we go. This is all that if it does. Well, it does fit. You've just got to fit it. And what you do as well is when it's adjusted up, you want a gap between them pulleys. You don't want the pulleys touching. So you get it to that point where there's just a gap in between the bottom of the pulley, so they're always gripping that. So if at the slowest speed, which is that pulley closed, that pulley open, that's your slowest range, then if you've got a gap in between the two pulley faces on the bottom with the spring-loaded pulley on the gearbox shaft, then you will always, through the whole range, always have tension on the belt. Whereas if they touch, there will be a little bit where there's no tension, and you don't want that because it starts slipping and wear the belt out. And plus, you're losing traction going uphill. When you say if you want to go uphill slowly, you can't because it will start slipping, and you have to speed up a bit to grip. Like one thing I would do, I would try and clean the crud off of here, look, because that stuff doesn't do the belt any good. You want to try and have a nice clean pulley. So, I'm down on my knees, there's a load of rat poo in there by the look of it. So yeah, I've got to take this guard off. This guard keeps the belt on, stops it running off. Well, it's supposed to stop it running off, but it doesn't really do anything. But I want it out of the way for putting this belt on, because I don't want to damage the belt unnecessarily. So there you go. Got to undo these little bolts there, look. There you go, look. Fantastic news. Look at that. So it's not tight yet, but it's looking good. Very impressive. It's almost actually tight. It's tightened up a bit there now already. Look at that. What a belt. It's better than the other actual Alice one I had. Look at that. Brilliant. Very good. Yeah, right. Top job. There you go. There's a jumper hanging by my head. Right, it's in a second. So, your 90mm spanner, and you tension this nut, and while you turn it, obviously I can't do that and show you at the same time. I'm just going to go and get a feeler gauge and do it with the bolts. So they're sort of the bolts that hold the bearing cage. Close to the combine, but they can still move, so it sort of sits in the right place. Yeah, but looking really good. I mean, it's tensioned up really quickly, which is a good sign. It means that there's plenty of play left in the belt. So basically, there's plenty of movement left. So as it inevitably wears bit by bit, there's a lot more juice in movement, basically, so I can go again, tighten it. And you look and see how much gap there is there, look, still. That's a really, really good sign. It's really good, really pleased with these belts, yeah. Brilliant. Nice one, Alan, thank you. Thank you. Top job. So I've been a little bit naughty because it's bending this bolt here, look. So what I've done in the past is put the belt on this pulley and adjust it there, so this belt pulls it, and then I can turn it on that one as well. So it's just that is basically not taking all the pressure, because there's quite a lot of pressure on that bolt, and it sort of curves around there, and it just bends the bolt basically. It's not really strong enough. So yeah, just do it that way. That's how I've done it before and it works, so I'll try it again. Right, music. Oh, it's going drilling now. So that fits really well. Look, got a gap down the bottom, whatever size that is. Doesn't actually say on it, but look, this is what it should do. There you go, look. Nice bit of gap down the bottom there. So it stays tight. So I'll slacken that off a bit because it's a bit tight. But yeah, top job. Really impressed. Right. See you in a while. That's the one then. Look, got the guard on the bottom there, look. So yeah, making progress, awesome. So, a few little jobs, obviously ongoing stuff that I've got to do. So, that grease nipple there is not really taking on grease very well, but I might have to fit a new greaser in there. That's one job it needs doing, and obviously set up this belt properly, but I'm not sure if we're going to work on the engine yet. We might still get a chance. But yeah, definitely took a decent leap ahead now with decent progress, so all looking good. So that's it for today with me. I'm going out for a meal we're going to have just to go out for a meal basically, but we're going to talk about what we need to sort of like get together, sort of get in our heads what we're going to do about this event in the summer when we're going to get the combines working together, get all the gleaners, get as many gleaners as I can working together in the summer, and we're going to talk about that. So yeah, all good. I'll see you next time. Alright, bye.